right? Super Falcons of Nigeria preparing to maybe shock the world when it comes to football. All right, we'll now go back to the world of basketball. Of course, we told you that we will be having a guest join us to talk about the Tigers and the Nigerian Basketball Federation. Now, joining us to talk about the issues of the open trials, amongst others, is a seasoned basketball journalist, of course, too, in the world of sport. Rotimi Akindele joins us this evening all the way from Lagos. Rotimi Akindele, good evening to you. Welcome.
Okay, good evening, Favour. How are you?
Fine. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's quickly go straight to business. The Nigerian Basketball Federation decided some days ago to organize open trials in an effort to pick the best players for the Tigers, which, of course, has not gone down well with many, including players. I did like to ask you, Rotimi, is this the right way to go, knowing that the Women's AfroBasket Championship is only a week or days away from now?
Definitely, it's not the right way to go, especially with the closeness to the start of the championship, in which the one we're trying to defend the title, as it were. But then again, there are a whole lot of cobwebs in-house that we should have tried to sort by now, that we have failed to do. Over the past few months, a lot of bickering in-house, a lot of issues around the NBBF, around the board, around the president. So many things had gone wrong. And of course, we all remember the inexplicable ban from the last sports minister that actually, somewhat ensured that we didn't have any functional national team, including the D Tigers. And then, of course, for the D Tigers in particular, who actually missed out of World Cup, you knew that there was going to be a lot of probably truce meeting or a lot of psyching up, a lot of the go this route, because I feel personally they don't have enough time, to try and convince some of these players that things are going to be different going forward. So it's not the best of moves. As a matter of fact, okay, I don't think the tryouts were successful, except the NBBF wants to come out and tell us, yeah, we managed to get something. But
all right.
For instance, in Chicago, the tryouts only happened for one day. The coach had to cancel day 2 because of the low turnout. Very low turnout on day 1. So that was the center in the US. The one in Lagos,
all right,
because we saw a few basketball players come out. So it's still, it wasn't the best of move rather.
All right.
And if you had wanted to do this open trial, we could have probably done it in January or February. It's too late.
Oh, okay. All right. Talking about the trials, you did mention the low turnout and, what have you, of course, in Chicago. Now, let's look at this. With the decision of the NBBF, Odera Chidom announced a resignation from the Nigerian women's basketball team. Now, with some also looking to toe that line, how difficult is it for the new coach to elect her team?
Well, it's going to be pretty difficult. Before just like Odera said in that particular interview, is that things need to be done professionally. If the NBBF had decided to go professional, maybe we would have seen some of these players we've been used to, come to the camp and all of that. And even if they don't meet the final 12 courts going into the AfroBasket, things could have been totally different. And that's just how I feel. But then they didn't go through that route. At this point, Wakama, that's the new coach,
okay,
is going to be. She's probably has to seek players that she can go on and talk to one-on-one and like, I need you to come play for Nigeria. There's a chance to play for this country. And then she has to do a lot of shopping, in quotes now, by herself. And maybe with the help of some local hands as well, she could get few players who,
all right,
by the way, have been.
All right. Rotimi Akindele, would you want to appreciate you for your time? The notice was not really much. Of course, you joined us to talk about the world of basketball, especially in Nigeria. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Favour. Apologies for starting late. Thank you.
All right.